Mr. Petty's car or one of his cars?
Well, there was only one 43 Petty Superbird
Yes.
that he raced.
Yes.
Okay. He has one now in his museum. That back in 1978, they opened up a museum and they took a Roadrunner that he raced back in the day, took it into the restoration shop, and they made a Superbird out of it for the museum. So we all call that the museum Superbird. But he raced that as a Roadrunner. This is the one he raced as a Superbird. And when I found it, I brought it to Petty's, and after I said no on them buying it, they offered to restore it for me. So that's where I met Murph at, is he was part of the charge team that restored this car back to the way it was, including the guy that built the car with Petty and the team. He oversaw the restoration, which is Richie Bars. So this is the one and only real car.
Wow. He had a small arse.
So if you look at the Cars movie, the Disney Cars movie, was of this car. That was Richard Petty's voice in there, and that was Disney's version of Richard Petty, the King, retiring. Okay, so to me, that makes this car the single most recognized automobile in American history. Even a 10-year-old now knows the car because of the Cars movie. He may not know who Richard Petty is, but he knows
what
the car.
Yeah.
So all the generations, either it's about knowing who the car because of Richard Petty, or it's about the Cars movie, but it's the single most recognized automobile in American history. So it's a very, very historic car. Not because I own it, that's just what it happens to be.
It is.
So.
And it definitely runs very well. We just had it on Atlanta and Talladega 2 months ago.
Yeah,
you get to run it around the track?
Yep.
Yeah.
You lucky bugger, you.
Gets
What?
It gets invited to many different places, and
That's awesome.
I let him take it. They've been around these cars since they had diapers. So, you know.
And you've got this is a
2023 jailbreak Hellcat.
That's an odd color for a green interior. Is it not?
Yes, I specially ordered it.
Okay.
I did it in 2015 and they refused the order. And since I had lent them Dick Landy's Pro Stock car in 2008, when they came out with the new Challenger, they wanted it side by side with their history to the new Challenger coming out.
Right.
And I was able to get in touch with, through some friends, the president of one of the divisions inside Chrysler, and he changed the order so that I could get the sepia interior, and then they made it so that anybody can have it, because it actually is a very, very nice combination.
Crazy. It is like it is like,
but
hey,
it's there.
I like it.
I can't come up with a better combination than that. So when my 2015, I drove it, and I decided, since they were ending the Hellcat, I'm like, I'm going to order another one to replace it with 0 miles on it, and I drive it when I want to, but it's, I don't know, it's probably got 500 miles on it.
No, it's, should be 500.
Whatever.
No, 1206.
Okay.
Getting there.
But it's one of my drivers. I've also got a 2024 Hellcat Durango at my house. You couldn't get in this color. So I ordered it in black with red interior, and with 12 miles on it, I sent it to my friend's place. He stripped the car and painted it green just like this. So it's the only sublime green Durango.
Oh, wow.
I had the wheels painted the same color, etc. So they look really good next to each other, and you can't get a green Durango unless you make it.
Gotcha. I'm learning so much. That's good. I like to learn. Yeah, this thing is cool. I actually have a chassis, not a Cadillac chassis, but I have a chassis with the wooden wheels, and it's a 17. I think it's a 17, is it?
Hey,
1917. Stupid.
They got nothing on my 37.5s made out of wood.
Well, that's this thing's sick.
This one, I'm going to start it because it is cool to start.
Is this thing like an original?
He knows more.
It's pretty much an original car. That, it's been restored.
Back in the day, they had chassis builders and Coachworks. They would change things. Was this an open speedster? I can't answer that.
Right.
But it is now.
Yeah.
And we're very happy it is versus a.
Yeah, I understand. You don't know big.
I'd love it this way.
This thing is cooler than dang it.
But if you look
at that now, would you?
The motor and all of that stuff is pretty much the way they were.
And look, dual plugs.
Yeah.
And
Back in 1912.
The first electric start.
There was a patent that Cadillac got a Pulitzer Prize for in 1912, which is electric start on a vehicle. Other than that, it was crank.
Crazy.
So I'll show you how to start it over here. It's a fun process. I gotta be over here.
Oh, I love this thing. This thing is cool.
You see the brakes on it?
Yeah, don't let that fall.
So you gotta take your little canister of fuel and you put it in these little tubes.
Each cylinder?
The cups.
Yeah, cups. Each cup gets some fuel.
Is that mixed gasoline or just gasoline?
There's a little bit of race gas.
It's just they didn't know what a choke was back then, so they, as he'll finish,
Yeah, then you twist them up.
Look
and the fuel
open them
drops
so
down.
it drains in and close it.
Right on. Gotcha.
And then you close it back up.
Yeah.
And then make sure to turn on the fuel kill switch. Turn on the ignition, fuel pump,
Yeah.
That's upgraded.
Yeah.
and then you turn down. That's the timing.
Timing.
Turn the timing down, make it easier to start, and then this, you pull. That's your starter.
It's a contactor.
It might fall.
I knew that was going to happen.
But it fits good.
Yeah. So yeah. Here's your throttle. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, this right now, I had it at Lake Mirror Concours in October.
Yeah.
I could take you to go get food in this right now. It'll go drive all the way there and back, no problem.
Make sure you
Yeah,
shut
and they
everything
talk
down,
about the donks
ignition,
nowadays have big
pump,
wheels. Look at the big wheels
all
now.
kinds of
It's
stuff.
got dual distributors in this one.
Yeah.
Shut off.
So you shut everything back off,
Here's your oil
close these
I knew
back
where it
off.
was going.
Okay, right on. That's an easy way to do it, isn't it? Huh? Why don't they do that nowadays?
Yeah, I know. And
Right?
then if you're overheating,
There you go, right up front.
Yeah, it sits in somewhere, yeah.
and your oil is the coolest,
Yep.
that will drip oil. If it's dripping, you're fine. That's it.
Yeah, that's the oil gauge. When it's dripping
just
oil,
goes
it's fine.
Drip all day.
Okay. This runs back in, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a visual
Super
oil
simple.
movement method.
Squeeze that.
Yeah, it's the horn. Yeah.
Squeeze it. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, so we have
The
a.
big band brakes on it. It uses a regular
Gotcha.
curve,
Yeah.
and then it's got an asbestos band, and they're spring loaded when you pull them. It's insane. You think about it. And this car's not light.
No, I wouldn't think so. Just with the brakes on it, like it's amazing. What's these little thing here? They must be oilers on these.
They're all oilers. Yeah, you can oil every piece of suspension. We used to have the Zerk fittings.
Right.
Those are like an oiler. You fill them through it.
Right. And what size are the wheels? They're a
37s.
37.
37.
37 by 5, yeah.
Yeah, 37.5s. And they're an 8-ply tire. It's kind of, you'd think they'd be bigger, but they're not.
Yeah, that's
All
cool.
the brass and stuff is just cool on them cars.
Yeah, they won the Pulitzer Prize for that starter.
They won what?
The Pulitzer Prize.
What's the Pulitzer Prize?
Pulitzer Prize is a something that for massive
Yeah.
inventions to help humanity. You
Yeah.
get this.
So it won the award that year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's,
Oh, cool.
that's
Yes.
like a, that's like.
well, not the car, but
Yeah.
the
I'm probably never
inventor-
going to win that award.
yeah, the inventor, which he also owned Delco Company.
Oh, Delco would be
Delco.
everything.
Yes, but that he worked for Cadillac at the time, and he created it, and then became Delco.
Okay.
Yes.
Sweet. That's what I want our chassis to look like, Jolene. Like we have a chassis with big wheels on it. It's this 1917 Studebaker,
Oh, yeah.
but that's what I'd like
Yep.
it to look at. Like actually. It's beautiful. How fast would that thing go?
45, 50. 50.
That's fast back then.
He's pushing it, yeah.
Really?
But I'd say
yeah.
45 tops.
Especially on them wooden wheels.
Yeah.
I've probably done about 30.
Okay.
And I
I'd
don't
say
want to do
that's
anything
safe.
more than that. Well, I was on the street. I was at street lights. I had to get moving. There's a Prius behind you.
We drove it at the old shop up and down that big driveway.
Yeah.
Me and you drove. Remember when you first got
Yeah, if you rev it on the clutch,
Yeah.
it'll snap the keyway in the back, and you've just lost
This
the rear
is
axle.
before there were splines for
Yeah, the keyway.
input and output shafts. It
Taking
was
that
a
to the next
Woodruff
shop
key.
party.
And to break a Woodruff
this
key don't
Saturday?
take much, and you sit there then.
Oh, I'm coming
Gotcha.
with that. I'm not
It's
even
terrible.
ready.
Is this a race car too also?
This is our toy. It's go ahead and explain it.
This was so the
Got a little tiger in the tank?
yeah. This was Jim Wanger's car. Jim Wanger's was the godfather of the judge,
He
GTO Judge.
yes, he was president
He was-
of
And he owns this car.
marketing. He was president of marketing for Pontiac back in the 60s and 70s.
And what they had back then was they had, I actually have the model cars. They had two of these. They had one in black,
Yeah.
one in white. Two of the GTO Tigers. You would go out and I think you could race one of the cars.
They were racing each other as a marketing gimmick
stunt.
because he was president of marketing for Pontiac, so he was pushing the GTO.
Yeah.
He invented the wide track term for Pontiac back then, and he got the GTO off the ground and going in marketing.
So there was a magazine that Jim Wanger's bought in the early 2000s. I don't remember which one it was. It was some Pontiac deal.
I don't know.
My buddy would know what it is.
Yeah.
And he bought this car to help market for it. It's black on this side, white on the other side, and it had the stickers full on.
Yeah, when we bought it.
He built it that way. It's a real GTO. He sent a 455 to Butler, so it's 764 horse on 93 pump gas. And you would go to an event up in the more northern states, and you could go do what you would call beat the tiger. You go out and you could beat this car.
Raced the
you got a hat.
G2 Tiger
Yeah.
at
If
Pontiac
you,
Nationals, things like that.
If you could beat the tiger, you were fast. It was like a benchmark car.
Look at the tail on this one, baby.
Yeah. So it actually it will wheelie off the line.
It will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does a 10-3 consistently. Like you can do it every single time. It's it doesn't do nothing crazy. It literally just launches, goes straight, and you're done. You don't
Yeah.
have to do a single thing while driving. It's
And the
perfect.
best part is you can drive it there to the track.
Yeah. With the local track, I drive it there. I unload my chairs and my waters and stuff out the trunk, and I go race the car, and then I pack everything up, come home, and I drive it on these tires, everything. Just put a license plate on it.
I'll go with you someday.
Come on.
I'll go with. And you have a Trans Am Ram Air
Yes. Well,
69.
69. Yes. This is a Firebird clone of a Trans.
It's a Trans Am
Okay.
clone.
This was a nope. You have to unlock these.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it.
It's almost
This
like
is a fun car.
This was one of the trade-ins for that black Challenger.
Okay.
It's a 632 Merlin.
Uh,
8
it's a Merlin block, but who's
632?
yeah, but who built the motor? 632.
Oh,
ahead.
it's Merlin. Pretty much, it's 802 horse on the street tune, 93 pump gas. It can be turned up to, I don't even want to know.
Pretty hard to keep all the information that you guys got on these cars. Like you have, I mean, it's like you almost have to have a little manual on every one, like to keep all the. Look at that now, would you?
It's, but yeah, it's a street car.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of horsepower for the suspension in the car.
Yeah, you can't, I mean, we go out on the road right now,
Yeah.
and we could be doing 60, 50, lay into it, we're blowing the tires off and possibly in a situation.
It's
It's
slippery.
bad. It's very bad. It's got,
It's very bad. He says.
it's, yeah. The other day, him and I were out in the parking lot, there's probably the marks are still there. He did a burnout, I did a burnout. We just lay into the throttle, I think we went halfway throttle and it just blew them off.
It's way more motor than the suspension is set up for.
I took it to the
But
local car
it's
show.
fun.
Yeah.
I blew the tires off at like 30 mile an hour and I said, no, I haven't touched it since.
Kind of scary, then, in other words.
It's
Yes.
scary, yeah. It's like, am I going to die or not? And you don't know.
You lay off it, man. Lay off it. Here's Jolene's favorite.
That's a friend of mine's car. We had the hurricanes down here, and he called me and said, "My car's at the beaches." I said, "Not anymore.
Yeah.
That
Bring
was
it to the
mighty
shop."
Nice, yeah.
his house got screwed with, so it's just
Yeah.
here.
So this is where you guys had all the windstorms and that stuff?
Oh yeah, our beaches got destroyed.
here
Our house
was
had 10 inches of water in it. Yeah,
Oh, is that right?
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a thing happened in here.
No, this is 35 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
If this place gets wet, there's no St. Petersburg left.
Yeah, literally.
But he had a house on the beaches and the car was in it. I said, bring it over.
Nice.
We actually had this place loaded with a bunch of friends'
Yeah.
cars, but he lives in Texas, so it's just been sitting here.
Awesome. Good to
Don't
have friends.
Don't call it. We're not sure. This is just a nice car that my friend had. That he was out in California.
Mary Kay car?
No.
Just tell him
It's
what
got-
we think it is.
Well, he told me it could be one of Elvis Presley's
Okay.
Cadillacs, but I haven't run down
Haven't
all
had
of the
paperwork in our
information
hands
yet.
so far.
So, but
Well, that would be
we got
so
it
cool.
running. We redid the interior. He had it for 50 years. It's crazy how long he had it for. But
Record player in it.
That's crazy.
yeah, it's a very cool car.
Can I touch it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's all.
I love Elvis
that's
Presley.
a
He's the
first.
king, man.
Yeah, we
finally
put new
touched it.
interior in
he's the
it,
king.
and we all we did is polish the paint. Paint's
look at
very old.
Right on record player.
Yeah.
So she runs and drives, and it's just a happy old Cadillac.
That gives me goosebumps. Elvis, I cried the day he died. I was only young.
I was going to say. That was 1975, 77.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
His last concert was here in St. Petersburg at a place called the Bayfront Center, which is no longer there. That was his last concert.
Did not know that either.
Did you see the movie of his life?
The last one I watched was with the what's it called? His manager.
Yes. The very, very end of it, where they started showing Elvis himself,
Yeah.
his very last concert that was there, the background I recognized as the Bayfront Center.
Okay.
And it was the last. And I already knew that it was his last concert just from
Right.
being a
the
fan
general,
of his
I
when
guess
was
it
a
was
little kid.
more or less
the general manager, yeah.
What,
Yeah,
what year was the Cadillac you built, the Cadillac, the blue one?
57.
Right. You shortened that car, didn't you? Like or
2 feet.
Yeah, see,
I think
a
2
lot.
feet.
That's all, it's you.
The only reason I shortened it because Ford had a Thunderbird. Cadillac never had a sports.
Right,
Yeah,
I
so I
understand.
just cut it in half and
Yeah.
moved the wheel about that far from the back of the door,
Yep.
and it worked out perfect. Got rid of the back seat. It went well.
My main passion was collecting and restoring famous race cars.
So you got a 32 here
Steel body 32
body? with a
flathead
with a blower on it.
and a pancake supercharger. This is
Called a supercharger.
yep, it's called a McCulloch supercharger.
Yeah.
Because the name McCulloch sounds familiar because after he sold the patents to Paxton, he went and started a chainsaw company.
Gotcha.
And he also was the same guy who moved the London Bridge to Lake Havasu.
He was
So
quite
this is-
intelligent then.
Yes. So this
is one he made.
yes, this is one
So
of his
that's-
original superchargers.
Gotcha. So what I know what you're saying.
He brought from the airplane world and brought it to the car world.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to turn anything on for me. I understand you.
Oh, we are.
How-
We already put exhaust through here. We were running the drag car earlier.
Oh, but this place is very sealed and it will get.
So this car, when was this restored, or when was this?
This was done in the I bought it from a museum.
Okay.
So it's always been a high quality car, never really sat out in the rust
Yes.
and so on. So
beautiful.
From what I got from them, and it was a California car.
Yeah.
So it was restored to be a late 40s hot rod. But it is a steel body car.
A lot of people's dream right there.
Yeah.
32
Yep, I'm
Ford.
very happy with it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Gorgeous.
Savannah's favorite, my wife's favorite.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. Everybody wants one. If you're a hot rodder, you want a 32 Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one here. Wow.
This is go ahead and open that up, Fran.
It's a Willys.
41 Willys
41 Willys.
with a 528 blown Hemi in it.
You're not messing around, is it?
And it's the exhaust are Zoomy headers.
Yep. That thing's loud then.
Yes, and it's still got, you got to do the other side too. It still has some baffles in the Zoomies, but they're getting blown out. It's a beast. And it's still street driven. You know, it's runs on pump gas. The air conditioning does work, but it's like driving something pissed off. It's a beast.
I took it to a show in April, and
Yeah.
just 7 a.m. this thing was uncapped going down the road. I was past the neighborhood.
Be careful when you come out. You got a bumper in front of you. I can see a broken leg coming.
Make sure you get that on film.
Yeah, there's another everybody's dream. You buy dream cars, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
you buy dream cars.
Yeah.
That's everybody's dream right there. Something like that.
Yeah, it's
How long to build something like this? You know, or like?
I think a friend of mine had it commissioned, and they had like I don't know, 800,000 hours into this. This is a very, very high-end build. The underneath and the frame is as shiny and polished as the hood of the car.
Yeah, they went for it. Obviously,
And
with
this
the engine
car
and stuff in it, they went.
Was built in 2002. So even though it's got some age on it,
Yep.
and it was the first Budnick 14 by 20 inch rims ever built was put on this car.
Okay, take a look.
They're beasts.
Oh wow. Yeah. Beautiful. Is it a steel car or
No,
glass
this
car?
is all fiberglass.
Okay.
The only thing that's actually Willys on it, I think, is the headlight bezels.
Gotcha.
You know.
Alrighty. This is a GT500. Is
Yep,
it?
Shelby GT500. It's a 428 2.4 barrel, just a as-was car. It's been restored, and you know, it just runs and drives nice. Wayne is really good with Mustangs, and he's done a bunch of tweaks to the suspension, but it all looks factory. 4-speed car, just
You can open it up.
No,
Yeah.
not
It has
touching
a
it.
window closed.
okay.
I generally don't touch anything because I
we're
don't want
okay.
no
Oh,
responsibility.
Nah,
for
don't worry
nothing.
about it.
No.
You're
Yeah,
fine.
you can
No.
touch them all.
yeah, open it up. It's got
Serious.
parchment
No.
interior,
Have
and
at
it's,
it.
you know.
No.
Only one I wouldn't advise touching is that one.
You can't talk me into it. You can't talk me into it. The less responsibility you have, the better.
Yeah, I understand where you're
Yeah.
at. Yep.
That's gorgeous. Like, would you buy that at an auction, or you bought it from the guy?
I was trying to get this car, and a guy twisted my arm and made me buy his '69 Shelby also, and so I had to buy both of them, and this is the one I wanted, so I sold the other one, and
Gotcha.
I'm into this one really good.
Awesome.
But I've had this for, I don't know, probably 20 years. This one's never going to go anywhere either.
20 years. That would you bought it right then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Is the hood fiberglass on this?
Yes.
The factory fiberglass. The trunk is fiberglass. You know, these pieces
Yeah.
are glass. Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen one in real life, to be honest with you. This is a bad boy. 57.
It's 55. Yep.
55, big
I
block.
took it in on trade, so I don't know a lot about it.
Right. What did you trade for?
1971 Hemi Challenger, triple black, 4-speed, original
was
paint.
that a good trade?
Original paint, original interior, original.
Wow.
It turned out to be one of the best, and I took 3 cars and some money to get me off of it. Was it 4 cars? I don't
4
remember.
cars
And
yeah.
some
money.
to get me off. He wanted the Challenger.
I don't need to know all the details. But
Yeah, but it's that's why I don't know much about it. It's one of the
It's a-
trade-in
It's
pieces.
a 427.
The all original cars, I love them, I
Yeah.
respect them, but I've got issue with them because I can't drive them. I
Gotcha.
can't play with them.
I understand.
They're just, it's not my thing.
You stare at them.
They're for collecting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
Yep. Yep, I like to play with them a bit.
And you've got a. Not many people do
No.
these. It's a Can-Am.
Yep, but it's a Can-Am that needs a lot of work, and it's not going to be a stock automobile. We're going to do some things to it that people you don't usually do to Can-Ams, and we're going to enjoy it.
I like these cars.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
I like these cars.
The,
It's got a good look to it.
Trans Ams are so hot right now, and then these are going to follow as well to a certain extent.
Right.
So
And this one here is, what is this bad boy?
this
Look
is
at the interior in this one, baby. Huh?
this car was done in it's a 70 and a half Z28 real C28 car, and it was restored, and not restored, it was customized in about 1972 for the California professional car shows. And this is the original paint and original interior of that time. So this paint is over 50 years old, and so is the interior. And that's why I have it, is it's a time capsule of what was
You could
cool,
almost tell
custom.
when it was built with the interior, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't get that velour. It's just unique in itself.
Yeah.
It's longer than normal velour, but this is what was cool in California in the early 70s.
The paint job on it's like
It's phenomenal, and it's over 50
Seriously.
years old.
just to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get that done. Like, I mean,
Yep.
it's crazy.
So I had to have it.
I understand. Did you buy the helmet with it?
We find little things
That was
that,
on
that
the
are
internet,
from
right?
point
Yeah.
in time and put it in the
Grabbed
car.
a gold one from a garage sale.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It wasn't a
Rosenstein.
famous car, but it
That
is
I
becoming
think he
famous
painted-
because it is
Or he
such a
bought-
time
I
capsule.
painted the
Shifter?
shifter.
Yeah.
But driving down the road with that helmet on is the funniest thing you'd ever do.
Oh yeah, you'd have everybody staring, man.
It's bad.
Everybody staring. All right, look at this bad boy.
Yeah, nice little Pantera. This is
This must be customized.
Yes.
yes.
So it's a replica of a GT5 kit.
Yeah.
So a real GT5 would have the scoops, the wing.
Previous owner got it, and he spent lots and lots of money making it the way he wanted it.
Yeah.
And then it went into his estate after he passed away, and I picked it up. So it's a toy.
That's awesome.
Got all that.
Yeah.
He spent a lot of money on the engine and so on and so on. So it's a toy.
It's a 5-speed too. It just goes anywhere.
Yeah, it's cooler than dang it. It's cool. Check out the size of the wing on the bad boy, would you? The size of the wing on that, huh? All right. And you've got a Lincoln there,
Yep.
Continental Ford. There are quite a few of these I've seen lately.
Yep.
Yep, they're really nice cars. Cool.
Yep. This one needs a few things done to it, but
Don't
one
they
of these
all?
days we'll get around to it.
Is it bagged or something? Is it?
It's bagged, yes.
So there has been work done to this vehicle.
Yes.
Obviously, it's been
Yes.
bagged. Yep. A lot of people like these things.
Yeah.
Is it a JFK car? Is that the one he was in? That thing is cool. I'll just go
ahead.
by row
You know
if you
more
don't
about it
mind.
than I do.
Yeah. No, have that. This one, you can, if you wanted to touch it, you could lay on top of this and you can go. It's painted in the 80s, 429 in the console, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
it's right there.
Yeah.
It's just
Wayne converted it to disc brakes
it's
because we don't want the dead man's brakes anymore.
Yes.
an old 60s chop top custom
Yeah, just
pickup truck.
chopped.
I've become too tall for it.
Yeah.
So it's getting harder to drive. My head hits
The roof is louvered. That's
roof
cool.
louvered and the trunk.
Yeah, I seen the trunk, the roof.
It was built locally by some guys a long time ago.
Will you touch this at all, or were you're just gonna leave it?
So
Yeah,
my
we'll just
buddy's been
leave it.
touching it a little bit,
Yeah.
but
Just cleaning the paint, though.
lightly
Just
touching
yeah.
it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
cleaning, that's it.
I don't
Well-
think I'd do anything to it either.
We'll
it's kinda
probably
cool how
paint
it-
the
yeah.
chips on the bumper, and that's about it.
Coming back, it was painted black before the.
I like how they did their hinges.
That's
Yeah, it's
factory
custom
back.
type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See the roof's all louvered?
Yeah.
They louvered the top, everything.
It's cooler than dang it.
He's got a big motor in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it from the back.
Yeah. See it?
Junk in there, but that's kind of how we got it.
Yeah.
It came out of somewhere with all this stuff in it, another dash.
Well, it had
Yeah.
2 inches of dust on it.
Yeah, there was. Oh, it was dirty.
It looks to be a real good truck, though. I mean, with the it had the condition on the inside of it and stuff.
If you didn't know it was red, you couldn't tell it was red.
Fast.
Put a friend in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Huh? Drive around for a while.
Originally gonna build that with the doors open and back.
This up here,
yeah.
would you? Huh? I like the chair. That's cooler than dang it.
That kind of reminded the Goblin idea somewhat.
Yes,
Maybe yours-
yes. It's kind of, what can I say?
Well, I mean, yours is way
Yeah.
more custom, but it's kind of.
The same sort of deal. Was it the Alexander brothers made the what's it called? Diora out of one of those.
Yeah,
And that's basically
cool. I was telling him your truck reminded me of the Diora when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So this car was customized by some guy named Chip Foose.
Oh yeah. I always tell him I'm his cousin, Chip Tooth.
So he designed the original Gone in 60 Second cars.
Yes.
And then he did a collaboration with Paul Tuttle Jr. of Orange County Choppers, and this is Junior's car that Chip Foose designed for Junior.
Wow.
So it's a cool car.
It is.
Okay.
It's got history.
Yeah.
It's got major players.
Yeah, go ahead. It's got one of Carroll Shelby's, you gotta have the post. Carroll Shelby's factory Super Snake motors in it.
Yeah. You can let it down if you want. I suppose everything's got to be worked once in a while, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't get time to.
So it's supposed to be 735 horsepower. I'm still looking for the 300 that was left in the crate.
You put the new gears in it's
I'm sure it woke up, yeah.
I just shake my head. Huh? Shake my head. But that's cool. And they let the car go, obviously, you know what I mean? They had it built and they let it go.
It's, I was standing at Barrett Jackson back in the early 2000s when it floated across the block and I had to have it.
Right.
So we love this car.
Why not?
Very proud to have it.
Yeah, why not? The colors are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chip colors.
Yeah. What do they call it? The bathtub ring, they call it? When he separates it. You know
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always call it, the bathtub ring. You know what I mean? Because he always
keeping that. I'm keeping that.
This is what you have out front, but you're going to build that one a lot better than this one?
Yeah, this one is a driver car. This one here has 918 miles on it. It's been in collector's hands since it was new.
I can see this bad boy.
I'm putting together all the collectors now. I found four of the collectors. I've owned it twice. I owned it back in 2003 to 2006. Then I sold it to Tony Stewart, and then I bought it back from him 6-8 months ago. But I go back to I can't
The
drive
race car
it.
driver, the guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, that guy.
But I go back to I can't drive it. 918 miles. What am I going to do with it? You know, so we'll see.
It's something you have to look at and enjoy. Like, I'm not sure. Like,
Stare at it.
Yeah, but that's why I build the resto mod. You know,
I get you.
I got a
You don't offend me
Hellcat
by
Challenger
changing
with
anything.
700 horsepower. Why can't I drive one of these with 600-700 horsepower?
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. Not to this one. This is our little prima donna.
Amazing. The interior, eh?
It's a brand new car still. I mean, it's 918 miles. No restoration, no nothing done to it.
Can you give me an estimate what you think that's worth?
Yeah, that's
918 miles.
That's the
brand new. Yeah.
That's up to the buyer.
Yeah, I understand that, but
But I would say
a 77 version of this restored, not original mileage, but a completely restored car just sold on
130.
Bring a Trailer for 132. I have no idea what an all original 918 mile one's going to bring. We just don't know. But we're going to find out here over the next couple of months. I'm going to go ahead and list it.
We'll let you know.
right.
But right now, the past 6 months, these things have gone through the roof.
Everybody wants to be Burt Reynolds.
Well, as far as the 70 muscle cars, what was there? Other than 70 and 71, but after that, there was the GNX, and these things had low horsepower, but still, what was cool in the 70s? Not much.
True. A Pinto. A Cadillac.
I had the baddest Pinto in existence. It was Dino Don Nicholson's Pinto race car. I had that one for 10, 12 years.
That was a 429 in that little thing.
So,
This bad boy, 59.
yep.
Cadillac. And this is
Brits convertible.
Okay. The Brits is the stainless that it has on the side.
It is a package, and that's the quick telltale. But some people still put the stainless on the Series 62. But it was things. The engine had what we call a tri-power. 3 carburetors on it. The Brits was airbagged. Interior had more moldings in it and more chrome.
This has 3 carburetors on it.
3 carburetors on it.
That's cool.
But the Barrett's did that along with airbags and so on and so on. So
this is a factory piece also?
this is what they called a parade boot. It was one of the check boxes for an option. Okay, you could have a soft boot or a hard boot, and this is obviously the hard boot. So I've only had the top up on this maybe 5 times. I've owned it for about 25 years.
Yeah, they should have that on every car.
I know.
Because I forget all the time. Yeah, some of these, like I've never seen one of these up close. Quite something. 59.
Yep.
You got some horsepower.
The wing that goes the other way.
Yeah, this one's about 500 horse. This LS2.
That's nice. Very nice.
Yeah, LS2 overdrive. So it's still old school look with newer technology driveline in it.
Oh, that's why.
This is what everybody wants. You know, an old
Get in it and
car.
drive it
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
No problems.
Anywhere with this, I'll go drive it 2 hours, and you literally sit there like you're on a couch, the bench seat.
Yeah.
Put on the air conditioning, and you put on the radio, and you're like, it's more comfortable than what you drive every day. It's weird. It's freaky.
That's awesome. Yeah, these are real good looking cars. I like the interior. I like you're keeping them stock on the inside, stock looking with a set of wheels,
Yeah.
and you can probably rock with anything out there.
Yeah.
The paint's beautiful. Another skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, those are just shop transportation. We ride them through here.
I'd be afraid I'd be whack my head. Now we're gonna get into these bad boys. Look at this stuff here, would you? Whoa.
So this is the first Camaro Funny Car.
First Camaro Funny Car.
It is a Don Hardy built car. It was a body in white, and he built it as a long nose, rear altered wheelbase, so the rear
pulled it ahead a
was
little
pulled
bit.
forward because it was a transition of full altered wheelbase and going into the technology of, well, now the cars are lifting up in the nose, so let's long the nose out, but they still alter the rear.
Yep.
You know, it was all part of a transition of technology. So this is the first Camaro Funny Car.
I like the name on the back, Chadwick.
Kelly Chadwick, yes, he was a teacher. And he raced all through the 60s and 70s.
Look at that intake now, would you? Yeah, a little bit of fuel injection.
Yeah, that he raced it with a blower and injection, and we're not done with the motor yet. We're going to make it a running car, but not run on alcohol or fuel. So I'm going to put a fuel injection system on it like it was done in its early first year of running.
Right on. Awesome.
We're just not done with the car
Absolutely
yet.
awesome.
I set the blower on there for the
Yeah.
shop here.
That car, I seen one of these go across
Yep.
there at Jackson.
Okay.
I'm not sure if what it was, but there was a big stink about one of them that went across. It sold too early. Sold for like a couple $1 million or something like that, and buddy got upset. I think there was a lawsuit over it maybe. The guy, they sold it real quick, and the guy was mad because they
Short sold it,
They
yeah.
short sold it, which I understand. You know, if someone wants
Yep.
the car.
Yep.
But this is a Sox and Martin car.
This is the, yes, there. As far as these A bodies, Sox and Martin had a couple of them. This particular one, Ronnie Sox raced in 1974. It's dubbed affectionately the boycott car. So Chrysler, after they kept getting weight dumped on the Hemi because it was such a winning combination, Chrysler had told the kings of their world, which is Ronnie Sox and Dick Landy and a couple of others, we're not sponsoring you in Pro Stock, we're going to boycott Pro Stock, you're going back to Super Stock, go get one of these cars and we'll sponsor you in Super Stock, and for this particular car, here is the Chrysler engineered drawings to make this car more efficient. So this is a 4-link.
It's the first 4-link, isn't it? This is the prototype. What are you looking for?
Is a ladder bar or 4-link?
4-link. This is the first 4-link.
This is a 4-link.
So the factory
floater.
got him to build the 4-link, what they designed?
No, they started it.
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay.
They started it, and then, yeah, you gotta just do that.
He's getting down and take a look.
4-link.
Yes, I want to make sure. Give me up. Okay, so take that part out. So let's go back.
You're
So,
all right.
Chrysler engineers created the 4-link in this car with super stock legal floating leaf springs still. That's where the difference came in at. So there's a lot of technology underneath the rear end of this car that is still in this car. It never got cut out over the decades. So it's a very, very cool car. Dave Christie of Sox and Martin did all the work on the car, and he's the one that taught me that the chassis is still the way he built it.
If you look at the glass,
Yeah.
single pane safety glass.
Huh. Yeah.
Cannot find.
Come look at that now. How thin that is.
Weight.
Yeah, that makes sense. Glass is heavy when you
Even
take
the back window.
when you take glass out of a car. It's real heavy.
These are special cars to begin with.
Oh yeah, I know that.
The VIN numbers, you know, for a Cuda was BO, and for the Darts was LO, and they came with thin single laminate of glass. Now this particular one, this whole rear window is also Corning glass, the only one in existence. But that was given to Sox and Martin to put in this car for the Boycott car. Still in the car. Fiberglass front end, factory.
See, a person wouldn't even notice that, you know, unless you didn't tell me. I wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah,
how
you
thin that
have to
glass
know
is.
the
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Now this one will start, so is this one, and each of them.
I like the hood scoop. I like how they done that. I like that. It's cool.
This was factory hood scoop as well.
Amazing.
This is a cool car. We're very, very happy to have this. We've
yeah.
had this for a long, long time. And we've learned a lot about it over time, that it's actually a very uncut up chassis system in the car.
No, it's amazing. I've never seen it. Yeah. This one is the Nationwide Rod
It's a rod shop race car, and they were out of Ohio, and they did a lot of great things in early 70s. This particular one survived time. It was built by Arlen Vanke when he was an employee at the rod shop. The car itself didn't do much, but it is that car that ran
very nice
modified
inside,
production. So we turned it into our street car that we drive around by putting seats in it, and it still has a pro stock style Hemi in it.
And literally, we just drive this thing at car shows.
So
Is that right?
Yeah, we just
It's got a-
hop in it and go.
pro shifted transmission, like,
With that.
and a full-on pro stock Hemi from like 1972, dual plugs, etc.
Yeah,
So this is our street car.
not even 6 months ago, I brought my wife in the passenger seat. We went to the local car show, and it was hilarious.
Blew everybody away. Like,
Yeah, they were like, "Are you kidding me?"
Not too many cars show up driving on the street with a pro stock dual plug Hemi.
oh, I understand that. I understand that. Wow, a lot of history here. This is a Dick Landy car.
This is Dick Landy's Hemi Dart 4-speed car. This is one of our jewels of the collection.
Clean. I like the colors. The orange, the silver, and the blue look good together. A little bit of white. It's awesome.
Go ahead.
So the whole car,
Yeah.
acid dip. So come look at this.
See, watch the reflection. Go. This door is so thin.
I'm pushing
See,
this
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
The door is so
So
thin.
you,
I can't believe it's lasted 50 years without some
What-
kid
what
crushing it. It's
Why
called
is it so thin?
chemically milling when it's bare
they
metal.
dip it in a giant pool of acid
To take away some metal.
for a
to lighten
period
it
of
up.
time.
It wasn't
that's it.
exactly legal, but Dick Landy was the pioneer
They
of
didn't
that.
have weigh scales back then for that stuff.
Oh, wow.
They'd actually stay in a little bit too long, and they'd spray foam on some of the
If you
the
will,
roofs to.
just grab this.
Well,
It
we've actually got a bunch
moves
of
like it's
braces
nothing.
behind it
Yeah?
because we don't want the handle
but
to
yeah,
rip the metal.
nothing
It's so
to it.
thin. Yeah, swing it a little bit, and you'll see how light that door is.
Wow.
Yeah,
I never heard tell of that.
we don't like taking
one's
this
got it
car
too.
out because
Yeah.
it could be damaged by some little kid without them
Just
really knowing
leaning
what's
on
up.
it.
Right.
Yeah, that thing can cave in. It's so.
If this is requested to go to a show,
Yeah.
I will be there myself.
You have to stand
in
around
a
it.
lawn chair. I'll have my buddy on the other side, and then usually a third person watching from the side just to make sure. We'll start.
Yeah, start it.
I never heard tell of it. You know, doing that.
Now, the front end of this car is factory fiberglass,
Yeah.
but the doors and the whole back of the car was acid dipped by Dick Landy. What are you missing? The keys?
I don't know why they're back.
To be a legal superstock car, you actually had to have keys at the points in time.
Hasn't started. There you go.
It's a beach.
Yeah, baby.
That was 2,500 RPM.
Oh wow.
It's still cold, so we don't rev them when it's cold.
Yeah, I suppose so. That's awesome. You feel your chest, babe? Huh? Awesome.
They're
This has got a cross ram 2.4s.
the super stock of the day, yes. Yep. So does
Me
the
and
red, white, and
Joey
blue.
just acquired a 1962 Dodge Dart. It's a 4-door. I'm going to make it a 2-door, but I want a cross ram big block in it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
another type. It's called cross logs.
I've got a set
The
of
two
those.
4
actually.
barrels sit over the
yeah.
fenders. That
Yeah,
would be
cool.
more cool and
That's
quite a
cool
bit
stuff.
more financially efficient. But to put the cross logs on there, and 62 would be a little bit closer to the,
Gotcha.
because this
Period, yeah.
they came out in 64, yes, but in the race Hemi only cars.
Okay.
So but I love cross logs.
I've got a set in a custom car that I have.
Okay.
I bought the intake probably 5 or 10 years before I even had a car.
Yep.
And then I put them on the car.
Yep.
But I couldn't even pay for them when I got them. I had to pay them a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
It was funny. But
That's-
it is
that's
what it
car
is.
stuff,
That's
yeah.
what I had to do. You have another Landy car.
This is Landy's 1971-72 Pro Stock car. This one was also a body in white. It was never a car from Chrysler. It was a body, factory acid dipped.
And it's
Landy,
that thing again where you can push it really easy?
yes. And
I never heard tell that before in my life.
Landy built this, and
Yeah.
this is one of his badass cars.
It's also the first dual plug.
No.
Cut that out.
Listen, I make mistakes. That's how I learn shit, is made by making mistakes.
I've told so many people.
I know. Well, I just found out recently that's not correct.
Oh, okay. That's from wrong.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were trying to do.
Look at
Yeah.
the dual distributor.
Yeah.
Yes, Landy invented the dual
That's
plug
what it was.
dual plug distributor and so on.
So the gears inside are just.
The distributor drive for the one distributor became the drive for the other distributor. He was a very inventive guy.
Let's go look at this thing. Is the motor mount that cross piece there?
Yes.
Is this how the motor's mounted right here in front of the water pump?
Motor plate. Yep, and then there's one also in the between the transmission and the block. Not on this particular car, but usually. This was the beginning of motor plate systems and getting away from holding it at the block. This has also got rack and pinion put in it by Landy, grafted into it, still under legal premises, and all kinds of light and suspension work and so on. This is a very high-tech car for 1971, 72.
That's what it was all about, was it not?
Yes, this is a very famous car as well. All of these cars have models of them, and people collect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like I've seen many pictures of all these cars. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I've seen.
Start.
You've got a Brits again.
No, this is a Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. Now that's an Eldorado Baritz.
Right.
But a Brougham was a hand-built car, and this is a 58. So in 57, 58, they built about 350 of these. They were hand-built. Cadillac lost money on these cars.
Yeah.
And it was the most expensive car in the world, even more expensive than a Rolls Royce in 1958.
Yeah, 58. This was
So-
16,400 bucks.
Now we use this car. We drive this car. We enjoy this car.
Look at this thing now, would you?
That holds.
Yeah.
Feel the carpet.
It's crazy.
Put your fingers on the carpet.
The carpet is.
It is pre-born baby lambskin.
Yeah, it's very illegal to remake. We'd go to jail if we were to remake the carpet.
I don't know about that, but it's.
Oh, we would.
It's. Yeah, she's gonna have to touch it now.
It's quite something else, I can tell you that.
Crazy, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful.
So
The paint on it's
a
amazing
friend of mine
also.
had bought the car,
Stain the chrome
and
inside
I
the doors.
acquired it from him. And back in the '90s, a guy that is really a guru on these Broughams.
Yeah.
He built it for himself, and he put a '90s North Star overhead cam motor in the car. So this is fuel-injected, computer-controlled North Star motor, overdrive transmission, and we get in and we drive it around.
That's cool that you can do
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of people get
So-
what are funny, but let's face it, you're able to run it and drive it.
It's a resto-modded Brougham.
You want to see the
we
things that you
use
get from the factory?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, geez. Move the rags out of the way since she's filming. Throw those out of the back.
So, from the factory, you get a bunch of cool goodies. Little tray that folds out for your drink glasses.
Magnetic stainless steel shot glasses. So
crank
you
and
can
drop.
pour
I
your
suppose
bourbon.
it was only, what, $13.50 for a drink and driving charge, wasn't it, back then, or something like that?
You can pour your bourbon.
Well, that now, would you?
Now that's
hard to believe it's
just
still
the
there.
stuff in that, the special Cadillac stuff that was put in there.
Yeah.
It's $12,000-$14,000 to replace everything
just- I was
in there
thinking,
because
like,
it's
yeah,
so
they have-
rare.
You get this
So-
too. Makeup kit, stuff like that.
Get out of it, Jolene.
Ladies.
There is very high-end
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
French. No, the cigarettes on the other side. Very,
Well,
very
this holds them.
high-end French perfume that's in there also.
I've heard, yeah, I've seen something on that. Some guy was missing it or something and wanted to buy it for his car.
I saw one, just the perfume, sell for $8,000 on eBay.
Yeah, so, and this one's full.
Well, look at that now, would you?
My wife thought it was cool. She squirted some on herself. I says, "You're done. $500 spray on you."
Pretty much.
And then there's the cigarettes are still there.
We have original Fleetwoods from the factory. I would open them, but I
Nope.
really don't
No.
want to.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
So we don't have the original Kleenex.
Yeah, so it's all from the factory. You got owner's manual in there, stuff like that.
That's the Kleenex box.
And to open the trunk, there's a button.
Back in 58, wow, look at that.
Yes. See, my
Open the
Barrett's
trunk.
will auto unlock, but it won't raise it. It's the Brougham is the only one that did that.
And they thought that was cool when you do it on the Suburban. Look, they done it back in 58.
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like, wow. The hubcaps are amazing.
Well,
hubcaps
that's what the
are-
hubcaps are supposed to look like, except those are 18s. So that is a digitized hubcap machined into a mag. That's a machined mag right there. That's cool.
That's why they're
But
amazing.
it looks factory because it's digitized from the actual hubcap of the day.
Amazing. Them hubcaps are like,
But,
their wheels are amazing.
yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, those are 18s, but if you look over there on that Cadillac, those
Yeah.
are 15s.
Okay.
So
This car's special, special, special.
as a matter of fact, that's a hubcap. That's a mag.
Okay.
So you get to compare them, but they're definitely a different size.
Yes.
I think it's a beast.
I like the
Well,
banister. Huh?
So
that's cool.
That was like a mad. That was the last thing they finished, and it was like a mayhem to get it done.
That's cool.
we had, when we had the hurricanes come through here,
Yeah.
this is where my family stayed, was up here. And we
Yeah,
haven't
there's
cleaned
the
it up since we
seasoning or
lived here
whatever
for
it
almost a week.
Yeah, literally a week.
This now.
So there's just crap everywhere.
Oh man, that's
We're
cool.
worried
That's
about the house instead.
Look at this now, would you?
It's getting cleaned up this week. I got somebody coming in
Yeah.
to clean it up, but it's,
Where'd you get something like that?
you kidding me? Instagram. Yep, delivered to your door.
Can I sit on it?
Of course.
Honey, I need you to come sit down.
I was going
with
to
me.
say, you can't sit on it. Oh, you got it in your ears.
Come over, honey.
That's not how you do it. She goes this way and you go that way.
Awesome.
There you go.
Beautiful.
All right.
And your coach is sicker than dang it.
I call that the Elvis Presley couch.
What's that?
I call it the Elvis couch. It's not from him.
And the rug. Look at the size of the rug.
Oh no, that's carpet. That's nailed
Kurt.
down.
Okay.
It's got 2 layers of padding. If you step on it, it's going to be weird. Isn't it?
This is cool, baby. How do I get a coach like this?
I don't think it works.
I know I disconnected it because I got too much power on it.
Baby, you love
It'll
this
work for a
couch?
little while.
It's amazing. Makeshift beds while the storm was going on?
Literally. Yeah.
Well done. Had to lay down somewhere. It's good to lay it on the carpet. I mean, it's nice soft, isn't it?
I've slept on. We do this carpet at his house too. I'm about to do it at my place.
Yeah.
And I've slept on it, and it's sometimes more comfortable in bed. It's like really nice
Yeah.
to just sleep on. I don't know. It's weird. He's trying to get the light to work.
So these are famous coats?
Yes.
Petty?
They're all.
Petty? Yeah.
You've got stuff like
Dick Landy?
my favorite one is this one. This is Landy's, and his wife embroidered this for him in the 70s.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, these are all original famous racing jackets from the legends themselves.
And we do have more. Some of them are in cars, like Petty's car. I've got 4 shirts and a jacket.
Okay.
We did the event.
We collect the cars, then we collect other things that go along with the cars.
I don't blame you a bit.
So,
If you can, why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's the green Camaro, a mural done at
Yeah.
And then Chip Foose drew that for us. And
I always thought his drawings might be more expensive than the cars would be. You know what I mean? Like, he's so good at drawing, like...
he drew me this also. We were having dinner with him,
Yeah.
explaining to me that one. Yeah. I mean, you recognize it.
I do.
And then
Well, he has a couple he made, did he not? Like, he made his own
Yeah.
car, the green one. There's a green one. I'm not
think
sure
he
what
did the
they're called. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's where the Prowler comes from?
and the
Or?
Ford 49.
Okay.
He was trying to explain to me what that was. I didn't quite recognize it when he was talking about it. So
He drew it for you.
yeah, it was. We're sitting there. The Wi-Fi was bad. The internet was terrible.
Yeah.
You couldn't get anything to load, and he was getting like a little frustrated. He was like, "I just want to show him the car." So his like hand starts moving, and his girlfriend, or I think it might be his wife, don't know, just shoves.
We don't want to get him
Sharpie
in trouble.
his hand.
Yeah.
And he did this in about 35 seconds.
Yep.
And then she goes, "We have to sign it for him." So I stole a plate.
There you go. Awesome.
And then I've got a couple.
Would this be like a factory, just a model you get if you bought the car, or is that
I don't know. I know it's just
66 or
7 or 66 charge.
yeah?
I don't know.
Your mother and your father?
Stepmother and father.
Stepmother and father?
And then you want to tell them about the Landy section?
Yeah, this is,
A lot of stuff.
I've had 5 Landy cars, and when Dick Landy had passed away, I was able to, because I knew the family, I was able to purchase everything that was in Dick Landy's office.
Wow.
So this is about 25% of the stuff that we have. But we put it in here, put it on display, and nobody's ever seen this actually outside of friends. That's his briefcase. These things, everything that you see here was in his office, on his wall. The models were the models that came from the companies, and he signed off on them, because everything that has to be signed off on from back in the day. These are trophies that he had in his office, and so on. So that's a very...
And some of which, like that one belongs to the Dart, doesn't it?
Yes. These helmets are helmets he had in bags. Like that's a bowling bag that he had the helmet into. He's got sweat gloves in there, rags and stuff. They're still in there. So there's gloves and bowling bag over there. But that's how he would walk up to his car with a bowling bag, everything he needed to go run the car.
And that scoop
So that was all in his office.
is the 71 scoop for that
72.
Challenger. Oh, the 72.
So the 71 car paint job that you see down there, that's the same car in 72 with that hood scoop on it. That's why it's sitting next to each other.
Gotcha. I see the hood scoop right on the model.
Yes. And the fiberglass piece was attached to that hood, and I can show you the rivet markings through the paint, but I still have the actual fiberglass piece as well as the aluminum piece.
Man, you got some history here.
Yeah.
Really priceless, really.
It's not about price, it's about your
I mean, the
collecting.
stuff is priceless.
Yes.
You can find it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's priceless. I mean,
Yeah.
My favorite is he built the motors. I've done a little bit of research, but these came with it. They're Bonneville trophies from Land Speed Records.
He was an engine builder.
Yeah.
And California was
That
all
one
about land speed as
was
well.
a flathead he did. I
Okay.
believe it's still the fastest flathead. That's what 302 it says. Yeah,
you said it 302. You got her, man.
flathead. Yeah, I couldn't
So
imagine.
this is Dick Landy's section of our
That's amazing.
memorabilia. And this is Ronnie Sox's, and down there is Richard Petty's. I wish I could turn the lights on, but they started acting up, so.
This is cool. That's cool.
Those, they give them out or you buy them?
They were just, they were toys that kids played
Because
with.
this one's from the,
Well, this one came from,
what's it called? The car, they did it at the dealerships.
yeah.
The car, Hook would know. Hook. What'd they do at the dealerships, Sox and Martin and all of them, and Landy, where you go meet the drivers and ask them questions?
Oh, the Superstock clinics.
The
With
clinics.
Superstock clinics,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
plus they called them Superstock meet and greet, didn't they? at
Yeah.
one
So
point?
you could go to
Yeah.
this as a fan, and you would sit in a room, and you've got the real racers there, and you can ask them anything you want about your personal cars and this and that. Ask them any question, and you can get those there. The little
Okay.
drag racing sets. But that was from one of them.
And I could
See, if I seen that toy, I'd want that toy. I'd buy that
I
one.
want to
Yeah.
play with it so bad.
Hey, I
touch
played, I have to show my age. I was early, like probably 11 or 12 when they came out. I played, we had them, we played with them, they sold
Yeah.
them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we built those.
Beautiful.
This whole thing
Beautiful.
we built in 3 months for my 60th birthday party.
Beautiful.
And that structure that you see out there,
Yeah.
we built all this wood around that.
Just a minute. I got to try this thing
That
out.
was a feat in itself. Oh boy, you're gonna have to get video of this.
It even
Move the table.
turns.
Oh, move the table. Here he
Well,
goes.
she says I can't spin on the pole. It don't turn.
Yes, it does.
No.
Oh, come on, we got to get this one. Come on, you got to get a running
afraid-
start and hit that thing.
A running start.
Hey, and we'll show you where the other one's at.
Joey, you must try this thing. What's that?
It ain't broken all the parties yet, you're not gonna break it.
Oh man. That's crazy.
I don't understand. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to keep it there also.
Throw a dollar bill at him, it'll come back to him.
Yeah.
So this is Sox and Martin's display case. Cars that we've owned and other parts of their career as well.
It's pretty cool when you can own a car that's a toy and then you own it.
All of our cars, all the cars that we've owned or do own, all have models, whether they're plastic build models or
Yeah.
they're metal models. Because other people want to have a piece of them as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they're actual Richard Petty hats off of his head.
I'm kind of wondering who would ever wear a hat that looks like that, but
Richard.
he did. He was the king. right?
Dailies that thing.
Yeah, he dailies that thing.
It's cool when you go in a store and
And then this was the event that I just did with the car. This was from 5 years ago, but I just did the reunion of it.
John never got
And actually, yeah, me and these 2 other cars were just going around the track all together.
Oh, that's
Taking
amazing.
videos, everything.
That's amazing.
But I think him and I were going about 120, 125 together.
That must have
Because
been
he'll
fun.
go for it, you know.
That's amazing. Is this Daytona?
Yeah, I found this.
Open
at
it up.
a Garage sale.
Open this up.
But yeah, this is a
That is cool.
model of Daytona.
That's cool.
And when you do the turkey run, which I was
Yeah.
just at, that's where I took the blue GTO. I park.
We drove the Superbird in this
parked
several
here.
times
Okay.
during the Turkey Rod run as a street car. Drove it in, open headers and
Everybody
slicks.
parks on the infield, and
Yeah.
you just hang out.
Most famous
swap
car in
meets.
NASCAR. Drove it in
Here's the swap meet.
Turkey Rod run.
You'll find parts, all that stuff, and then all the rest is these are the for sale cars and then show cars and whatnot. It was a cool event.
Well, it was funny. People go, "Oh, look at that! That's a nice recreation." We're like, "No, it's the real car." No, it's not. why do you think it's not? Because you wouldn't have it here like this. And like, well, we chose to because everybody needs to see it.
Yeah.
We drove it in.
I took it in one year, and because he had the dogs with him, so he couldn't drive the car. I drove the car, and as I pulled on to, you have to pull in through here, and you drive over the track to get into the event. But the security guard stopped me, and he goes, I'm going to say this one time, and I'm not going to say it again. Do it before I change my mind. Take a right and hit it down the straightaway. I got to the top of fourth gear. And I hit the brakes, and I went in, and that was it.
Yeah.
But it was... I floored it from here
instead of going
to
in this
here.
way, he ran down here and then went in.
I flew like it was nobody's business.
Yeah, because they normally bring you in and let you go to here,
Yeah.
Right.
idling. He said go down here, and he nailed it and then went in that
I
way.
was like this far from the wall. Just everyone heard me. I echoed the whole track. I was not playing around. I was like, this is my only opportunity, so here we go.
That is cool.
How about when they sent me the wrong way out of PRI in Orlando with it?
No, yeah.
I left PRI in Orlando, the PRI show in this big warehouse. Well, there was a truck jammed where they go out.
You get to drive it also?
Oh, he's outside of the family. He's him and Murph are the only ones that I've ever let drive these
I
cars
hauled his cars around the country for
everywhere.
20 years. But I pulled out, and they said, you got to go left, you got to go left. I said, okay, we're in downtown Orlando. I went left, and I got outside, and I'm going, where's the truck lot? And the guy
And then there's a
goes,
road.
Go this way and go right, and you'll see it.
Open header slicks, no lights.
You gotta realize it's like this time of night. It's dark. There's no lights.
Right.
Pull out, and I make the right, and I see a traffic light. I said, wait a minute, this ain't good. And I'm driving, and I see way over in the distance this truck lot where I'm supposed to be, but there's no way to get there. And I start riding, and next thing I know, I see another light, and I see entrance to 528.
Oh, great! Get on the
It's an
interstate.
I know how to get back in there from there. I get on the interstate. Two cops. I'm telling you, I swear, there's two cops sitting in the grass, and here I am, pull out on the interstate in the Superbird. Bump! I get up. Fourth gear, people blowing a horn, taking people. I guarantee you, when I got off that exit, them two cops said, there ain't no way we're gonna pull this. There's no
We didn't see
gonna
this.
believe it. And I finally pulled in. Everybody's in the lot. Where were you? I said, I don't know. I ended up on 528. And I'm going, thank God we put gas in it. Can you imagine if I ran out of gas?
Oh.
But
He had no hazard lights to be pulled off the side of the road.
528, people going crazy now. I mean, just went nuts. But I never forget that. I told them I never leaving unless they go right.
So not that it's a car thing, but when we were building this, we were really punched against time to build this whole thing. And I'm like, the guys aren't going to have time to build a bar. So I got on the internet and I started surfing. And you can buy old antique bars. This bar was built in 1875 in Ohio. And they had closed down the building. Somebody sold the building, so they pulled the bar out, and I bought the bar. And it came in here in 13 different pieces, and we reassembled it here.
In one truck. Now, don't forget to tell them that they showed up and me and Wayne and the guys like, where's your dock at? We don't have a dock. Well, we got to get this bar off. That was heavy.
I'll bet you.
We got all four of the guys that was building this thing. They come down and we got equipment from next door to get that stuff off of this. It was an undertaking just getting it off the truck.
If you look at the wood, you'll see it's not like today's wood.
Oh, you can tell it's old.
old.
Yeah, you can tell it's old.
Yeah.
Or I can.
That was he kept telling us, he said, a bar's coming. He never showed up.
Just by the cast iron door pulls.
1875.
Cast iron door pulls.
There is no rails. It's wood sitting on wood. That's why they're half open, is because they're sticking, they're swelling and stuff.
Yeah.
Go to another one.
Go to another
I got to take a plane and clean those up. But there's
Gotcha.
Yeah, you just figure it out.
Little soap.
Yeah.
Little soap. Run a little soap
Now, in
in
his defense, now don't get me wrong, with all this velour and all this stuff in here, him and Jen, you done that.
Yeah.
And those kids, and they put the glass together, put all
gluing it and rolling it and sticking it on there.
We
And
just got out of the
Glue it, and you couldn't stretch it too far,
Like I did the bar.
or you would see it with the lights.
Yeah.
And then an ironic thing, this bar coming out of Ohio and so old, There was a bar in St. Pete on 4th Street, the Ringside Cafe, for years.
Yep.
And it's not there anymore. But it was weird when he got. I looked. I said, "Did you get this? This ain't a bar from 4th Street." No.
Now look at it really close. It says established 1943. So the Ringside Cafe in Springfield, Ohio, was established in 1943. In other words, it was still in the building, but it was built in 1875. So somebody established the Ringside Cafe name corporation in 1943. When I saw 43 in Ringside, I said, "This is calling me. This is my bar." Because the 43 Petty and the Ringside from down the street, gotta have it.
It's funny with the gloves hanging. The bar on 4th Street I'm talking about, they had a boxing ring in it, and they did it for years. A good friend of mine owned it, and his buddy. And they ended up having to stop because it got where guys were getting beat up. But I mean, they put gloves
Couldn't picture
on
it.
and-
Yeah. Couldn't picture it.
You can't imagine. You couldn't imagine.
Couldn't picture
You
it.
couldn't imagine beer and a boxing ring in a bar, could you?
It sounds like fun though.
No, did they have girl boxing?
It does. It
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
like fun.
they did. They let the girls would box too. I
That's
mean, but
funny.
it was insane.
Did you ever hear that? She can't fight, but you want to see her box.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Dirty, but you know.
Listen.
Yeah.
Dirt.
We've
Amazing.
elected not to
Absolutely
have a New
amazing.
Year's Eve party here this year. We want to enjoy it. We're going to have it clean just in case we end up here at 2 or 3 in the morning. But, you know, so I got somebody next week coming. Veronica's going to clean it.
No, that's fine.
But-
that's fine.
All fun for me.
No,
Just not that one.
no, I'm fine. Yeah, exactly. Put a couple.
And that one's a little bit broken, but we can take that one.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I'm fantastic. I'm giving me your time. I touched that one. I'm happy with that
All
one.
right.
I got to touch the King's car, and I don't care if it was or it wasn't. I can make it believe it was.
Well, he saw the paperwork. We just don't have it.
Gotcha. Amazing. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it, man. It's good to meet you. And I like your smile too. Like everything you talk about, you're happy about it. You
They're
like
all
it, you love it.
79s.
It's cool. I love it. Thank you very much.
Certainly.
Really appreciate it. Awesome collection.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely awesome. I love that shit. Them race cars down there.
Yeah.
I know them cars are really nice. I get it, but you can't go past like the history of them cars. Like it's quite something.
We'll take that in the parking lot if you want.
No, it's fine.
I'm not kidding.
I'm good.
I had it running earlier.
I'm good. What's that? All right, everybody. I can't believe what I just saw. Come back tomorrow. We might be here.